Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today, what I want to talk about is what I call fissures. And the fissures, during an earthquake, what happens is that when a fissure occurs, oftentimes one of the plates on the earth plates will slide and whoop, cause a fissure. And at that point of the fissure, one side is going to be higher than the other. Now, the kind of fissures that I'm going to be talking about are the kind of fissures when watch prices, something happens to a watch's production or something like that, and suddenly the price changes. And so if you get it on one side of the price, it's high, and if you get it on the other side, it's low. So let's take a look at some fissures that we have here. The first fissure is a canceled line of watches. For example, Patek Philippe not Patek Philippe, but Audemars Piguet canceled the Edward Piguet line of watches. I don't know why, what was involved or what the thinking was. I sort of liked them because I like the tonneau shape, or the rectangular shape in this case. And the original price had been $24,400. Well, Patek Philippe, that sort of figures. But after the cancellation, and this is brand new, condition zero, you could pick one up for about $10,000. So I mean, there's a $14,000 drop, the before cancellation and after cancellation. Now, some people may, well, that was a crummy line. Well, maybe not to you, because I happen to like that one. And it's a little too expensive for me right now, given the other kind of purchases I've made. So I'm gonna have to look for something not quite as bad. When you purchase Beauvais, it'll put a crimp in your style. Okay, this next one was another. It's a canceled model. Now, the difference between a canceled line assumes there are a lot of different models within that line, but sometimes they'll just cancel a single model or change it drastically. One of my favorite watches is Les Essentiels, and I probably said it wrong, but it's a Vacheron Constantin model that they canceled. Another one that they had that Vacheron Constantin used to have was called the Thunderbird, and that was also canceled. And now there's two kinds of things here. One, in this particular case, this was 3809 for a yellow gold Vacheron Constantin. That's good. Now this is oftentimes, in fact, probably almost always, these are going to be in used condition. I think they're getting a little long in the tooth. They've been around, they haven't been made for quite a few years. And then at some point, someone will decide, oh, hey, these are rare, let's get some of these. Well, they're a beautiful watch. I mean, they have, to me, they look exactly like a Patrimony, and those things are way more expensive, but you can get one. It's Vacheron Constantin, 3809. That was, I think, the lowest price that I found. Unfortunately, I don't have the before figures, because it was long enough ago that the inflation and everything else, it's sort of hard to tell. But it is a canceled model, and so a lot of times people don't want that because they're afraid, oh, where will I get it serviced, and those kinds of things. But you can find some really good buys in high horology that way. Another one, now this is a much more recent one, and this is Parmigiani Fleurier Kalpa. And the Kalpa is a great, it's a big watch, okay, and it's called the Kalpa XL. I think they have smaller ones for people who like smaller watches, and they also have a women's size too. So now the Kalpa XL sells, you can find them for between about 4,000. This is the 4,000 and 7,200 is what I found online was when these were available. Now the newer one they made is called the Kalpa XL hebdomadaire. This means, that's French for weekly, okay? Now, there are two things here that were sort of interesting. First of all, they changed it from an automatic to a manual. Notice that on the left, you can see I think it's PF 110. No, it's 332, I think. 331. PF 331 on the left there is, you can see the gold rotor. Now, one of the things about this, the Kalpa XL, whether it's in steel or gold or whatever, they all have the gold rotor in the movement. The new ones have no rotor because they're manual. And not only that, but they have the tonneau shape. Now, to me, that's important. Since they only have to be wound once a week, the hebdomadaire is to me, I like that much better. But the price is a bit more. In fact, it's close to double. The price of the lowest price is pretty close to the highest price of the first one, and who knows what kind of shape that's in. This is a range of prices, but so here is where you can find another fissure between the Kalpa XL and then the Kalpa XL weekly. Okay, that's just another place to look. Now, a similar kind of fissure is in between the Patek Philippe 5024 and 5124. They're both gondolas. They're different models of gondolas. It's a model I like. It's very much of an Art Deco look to it. And they have different faces. Of the ones that they have, the 5024 I like the best. It has they have some other ones with great big numbers on it that looks very much with a crowded face. I like this one. It's sort of I think the dial is like a cream. It looks almost pink, but it's not cream, but it's more of a salmon color. And they have a round movement inside of a tonneau-shaped case. All right, so then the 2114 comes along, and the lowest price is higher than the highest price in terms of the range that I was able to find. So the 2024 goes from 9,000 to 16,500, and then the 2124 goes from 1625 all the way up to 27,200. Now this is a range, and so again, here you have another fissure where you have the older ones and the older models are a good deal less than the newer ones. There's some overlap, and the prices of what people want doesn't mean that's what they're going to get. Except on the lower end, they may be getting something like that. Okay, well, this is what I was looking for. I wanted something in tonneau shape, and so I thought, well, I'll go looking and see what I can afford. That's the big thing. After my Beauvais, my affordability of watches has been severely curtailed, I'll put it that way. Okay, so let's go take a look. We'll have an unboxing now. Well, I got a very big box for unboxing, so I better get to work on it right away. This came FedEx, and it looks like it was wrapped. What I gotta do is spill some ink on my desk. There's that. And there's that. And a whole. Okay, take it out of here. Open this guy up and have a look. The outer box. And here's the inner box. And a nice case. Okay, this has been wrapped up very nice. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see if I got it on the watch okay. I'll bring it up here. Yeah, this is a Parmigiani Kalpa XL. I'm trying to get this out of the way so you can see it okay. All right, well, let's try it on. And this. Okay, there it is. Now this is a big watch. It's 46 and I think 30 something or other out here. And it's a heavy watch. It's one of the things that about your really good quality watches, they do tend to be a bit heavy. And now this one's stainless steel. Your gold ones are even heavier. And this is the bracelet for it. It's also stainless steel, and it's a time and date. Hi again. Here I have it on now. It was sort of hard to see when I was moving it around, and so what I did is that I put took some still shots so that you can see it a little clear. It's sort of hard to see here, but you can get an idea in the context of wearing it with a coat and jacket. Excuse me. Okay, well, it's basically, it's a, what can I say? It's a Kalpa, Parmigiani Fleurier XL. And it's a big watch. That's one of the things I think when you add the lugs on it, it measures from side to side about 51 millimeters. Now, other than that, I think it's about 44 something without the lugs, but realistically, you need to count them. But it is, and like I said, you can see it's a pretty good sized watch. It's extremely comfortable though. When it was, the design of it is such that it fits your wrist very comfortably, and very quickly. I didn't even realize that I had it on. Very clear. It's got the 9, 12, and 3 Arabic numbers, and then at 6 o'clock, it's got a date window with, you can see it down here. Actually, you can't. You can see it there. It's got a date window that you can see yesterday's date, today's date, and tomorrow's date. And right now, it's on the 28th. And so you see the 27th, the dots, and then the 29th. So you know it's the 28th. And this particular watch, I don't know if all the models have that, but the first day of the month is a red number. So you have a red 1 when the first comes around. The side of the watch is hard to see here. It has these giant teardrop-shaped lugs. They're a lot of times they refer to them as horns. This part, this part right here that you can see pretty clearly over there, and then you can see the at the top of the crown has the the PF for Parmigiani Fleurier. The band itself is a very good band. If there's any complaint that I have, it's that the band, it's the deployant band, and you've got to work a little to pull it off. But it's not going to come off accidentally. One of my other watches has a band, a metal band that it's very easy to put on and take off, but sometimes it'll pop open on its own. And it's a blue watch, but it's sort of a robin's egg blue, and most of the blues that you see are in men's watches are a navy blue or some kind of darker blue. The pastels, such as this one, they're more, I would say, probably spring and summer kinds of colors, depending on what you're wearing. And this is early fall, so I have a sort of I guess with a light blue shirt, it works pretty well. Well, so that's my unboxing. I got a very good deal on this, believe me. And I got high horology. I didn't have to settle for something less because I didn't have that much money to spend. And it was very much found in what I've been calling the fissures, this sort of the spots in between where you have one price and then a lower price. And as we saw, the next one, the next Kalpa that came along, they did something very unusual with what originally was this, which is an automatic. Now it's an automatic with a 50-hour reserve, which isn't bad, really. I mean, you don't have to put the thing in a winder every time you set it down. The new ones came out. The automatic was a chronograph. So if you don't want a chronograph with all of the chronograph stuff, and I didn't, I have a chronograph, and otherwise it's a manual, and the manual is it's a 7-day manual, which I like a lot. My Beauvais is also another 7-day, which I wind once a week and forget about it until every Saturday it gets wound. Well, the manual version of this, now the manual version is called the Kalpa XL, and it has such an H. It's a French word that means weekly, and it's all manual. So the change was really interesting. It went from a straight up automatic to a choice of either a manual or the automatic with a chronograph. So interesting kind of choice. Also, too, another to me, which was an improvement, it went from the round shape for the movement to tonneau shape, like the watch itself. This one still has a round movement in it. It's a great movement, but I think, as I'd said on some occasions, that your really great movements should conform to the shape of the case. Okay, well, this was one of the early ones, this particular one, from the early 2000s when they first made them. They didn't have a lot of them, and so they're, and especially in this particular color, so I got a rare watch. And wonderful high horology. And so anyway, well, listen, I'd love to hear your feedback. And as usual, this is an invitation to subscribe if you'd like. And until next Friday, this is Bill Sanders with Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Hope to see you then. And until then, enjoy your watches.